Stop what you are doing. Do not move. Before you close this video, I need you to check something right now. Check your change jar. Check your car console. Check the bottom of your purse. Because at this exact moment, you could be sitting on a Lincoln Memorial wheat penny worth over $500,000, and the government never wanted people paying attention to these coins. Today, I'm going to reveal 3 rare 1-cent Lincoln Memorial wheat pennies that shocked collectors all across America. These are not ordinary pennies. These are coins the United States Mint allegedly printed, realized something had gone terribly wrong with, and then quietly attempted to remove from circulation before the public could fully understand what happened. But they never recovered all of them. Some of these rare pennies are now selling for $3,000. Others for $14,000. And one extraordinary example reportedly sold for an unbelievable $117,000 at auction in 2023. These coins carry a mysterious history of minting errors, doubled designs, strange metal mixtures, and production mistakes the government never fully explained to the public. Collectors believe official investigations were opened, and then quietly closed. Certain coins were supposedly meant to be recalled completely, yet examples still continue appearing in old piggy banks, inherited collections, estate sales, coin rolls, and everyday pocket change. And here's what makes this even more unbelievable. To most people, these pennies look completely normal. That means one of these hidden treasures could still be hiding somewhere inside your home right now without you even realizing it. But stay until the very end of this video, because coin number 1, the coin they allegedly worked hardest to erase from circulation, is also believed to be the coin most likely to still be found today. Once you see the dacks, mint marks, and tiny error details hidden on these Lincoln Memorial wheat pennies, you may never spend another penny the same way again. Let us begin. Somewhere inside an old dresser drawer, dusty attic box, rusty coffee can, forgotten piggy bank, or buried deep inside ordinary pocket change, there may still be a 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny waiting to shock the world again. Most people never look carefully at pennies. They spend them, drop them, scratch them, or forget them forever. But collectors across the United States understand something powerful about certain Lincoln cents that ordinary people still do not realize. Some old pennies connected to rare minting history and collector obsession became legendary treasures worth astonishing amounts of money. The famous 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny is one of those coins surrounded by mystery, history, and unbelievable collector fascination. At first glance it looks completely ordinary. A simple copper-colored coin carrying Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial Building on the reverse. Nothing about it appears rare to the average person. But hidden behind that ordinary appearance is a story connected to American economic struggles, changing metal prices, mint experiments, rare varieties, and decades of collector excitement. The year 1974 was a dramatic period in United States history. America faced inflation, rising prices, economic pressure, and uncertainty about the future of coin production itself. Copper prices were increasing, and the United States Mint worried about the growing cost of producing pennies. Government officials and mint experts quietly explored possible changes to American coin materials because the 1-cent coin was becoming expensive to manufacture. During this period, millions of Lincoln Memorial pennies traveled across America through stores, restaurants, schools, factories, and banks every single day. Children used them for candy and soda machines. Workers carried them in pockets filled with loose change. Small businesses counted them late into the night inside cash registers. Nobody imagined that decades later collectors would carefully examine certain 1974 pennies searching for hidden varieties and valuable details. The Lincoln cent itself already carried a legendary reputation long before 1974 arrived. The series first began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. It became the first regular United States coin to feature a real American historical figure instead of symbolic artwork. Originally, the coin displayed wheat stalks on the reverse side, creating the famous wheat penny design loved by collectors worldwide. But in 1959, the reverse changed to the Lincoln Memorial design, creating the Lincoln Memorial cent era that continued for decades. The 1974 no-mint mark penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, Philadelphia cents usually carried no mint mark at all. Coins produced in Denver displayed a D mint mark, while San Francisco coins carried an S. The missing mint mark beneath the date became an important detail collectors always examined carefully because it identifies where the coin was made. At first, these pennies seemed completely common. Millions entered circulation and spread rapidly across the country. But over time, collectors discovered that certain examples possessed unusual characteristics and fascinating historical importance connected to changing metal experiments inside the United States Mint. One reason the 1974 penny became so famous involves the incredible rumors and mystery surrounding aluminum cent experiments during the early 1970s. Because copper prices were rising dramatically, the Mint explored producing pennies from alternative materials. Experimental aluminum cents were secretly created and tested. Most were never officially released to the public, and the government later demanded their return. This created decades of mystery, rumors, and collector obsession surrounding 1974 pennies. Stories spread about experimental pennies hidden away, lost examples, and coins connected to secret government testing. These rumors transformed the ordinary-looking 1974 Lincoln cent into one of the most talked-about coins of the era. Collectors became fascinated by the possibility that rare transitional or unusual examples might still exist somewhere undiscovered. Even standard 1974 no-mint mark pennies attracted growing attention because condition became everything in the collector market. Most surviving examples entered heavy circulation. They became scratched, faded, dirty, bent, stained, or damaged through decades of everyday use. Truly beautiful coins with strong detail and original mint surfaces became much harder to locate. Collectors especially search for examples showing bright original red copper color. Freshly minted pennies shine with a glowing red appearance before years of oxidation darken the surfaces into brown shades. A fully red 1974 penny preserved for decades without major damage becomes highly attractive to serious collectors because so few survive in exceptional condition. This is where the excitement surrounding old Lincoln cents becomes powerful. Two coins from the exact same year can carry dramatically different collector value depending on preservation. One heavily worn penny may appear ordinary while another sharply struck example with strong luster and clean surfaces could command major collector interest. As coin collecting grew more popular across America, stories about valuable pennies hidden inside old jars and family collections spread rapidly. Estate sales uncovered forgotten coin albums. Grandparents passed down boxes filled with old cents. Coin hunters searched bank rolls late at night hoping to uncover overlooked treasures still mixed into circulation. The fascination surrounding pennies increased because they felt accessible to everyone. Unlike expensive gold or silver coins, Lincoln cents were ordinary pocket change. Anyone could potentially discover something valuable without realizing it. This possibility turned the penny into one of America's most beloved collector coins. The 1974 penny also represents an important period of transition in American coin history. The government faced pressure from rising metal costs and changing economic conditions. Discussions about altering coin materials created uncertainty about the future of the cent itself. Collectors today view the 1970s as a fascinating era when American coinage stood at the edge of major change. Another reason collectors admire 1974 pennies involves minting errors and unusual varieties. During coin production, machines occasionally created accidental mistakes. Next up. Stop scrolling right now because hidden somewhere inside America there may still be a forgotten 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny waiting to completely shock the coin collecting world again. Maybe it is sitting deep inside a dusty coin jar. Maybe hidden in an old family drawer. Maybe trapped inside a rusty toolbox, forgotten wallet, attic box, or mixed into ordinary pocket change nobody cared enough to check. Most people think pennies are worthless. They spend them without looking twice. They leave them in cars, drop them under furniture, or throw them into piggy banks without realizing some old Lincoln cents became legendary collector treasures connected to mystery, history, and unbelievable value. The famous 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny is one of those coins surrounded by fascination and hidden stories. At first glance it looks ordinary. A small copper-colored coin carrying Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial Building on the reverse. Nothing about it seems rare or important. But hidden behind this simple appearance is a powerful story connected to one of the most unusual periods in United States coin history, a time when America faced coin shortages, mint pressure, economic change, and growing collector obsession with rare coins. The year 1966 was a dramatic time for the United States Mint. Across America, people were hoarding coins because silver prices had risen sharply. Coin shortages became a serious national problem. The government feared that collectors saving coins was making circulation worse. To slow down hoarding and discourage collectors, the Mint made a shocking decision. During the mid-1960s, mint marks were temporarily removed from coins entirely. That meant even coins produced at Denver or San Francisco no longer carried their traditional mint letters. The government hoped this would reduce collector interest and keep coins moving through the economy. This unusual moment in American history transformed the 1966 Lincoln cent into something fascinating. Every 1966 penny appeared without a mint mark, creating mystery and confusion for many collectors. The absence of the mint mark became one of the most talked about features of coins from this period. Today, collectors still connect the 1966 penny with the Great American Coin Shortage era and the government's attempt to control coin collecting activity. Millions of 1966 pennies entered circulation during this tense period. They traveled through banks, factories, schools, restaurants, gas stations, movie theaters, grocery stores, and busy American cities every day. Children used them for candy. Workers carried them inside pockets full of loose change. Cashiers counted them late into the night after exhausting workdays. Nobody imagined that decades later collectors would examine those same pennies carefully under magnification, searching for rare details and valuable varieties. The Lincoln cent itself already carried a legendary reputation by 1966. The series began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. It became the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical figure instead of symbolic artwork. Originally, the reverse side displayed two wheat stalks, creating the famous wheat penny design beloved by collectors worldwide. But in 1959, the reverse changed to the Lincoln Memorial design, beginning a new era of American penny history. The 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny may seem common because millions were produced, but condition changes everything in the collector market. Most surviving examples circulated heavily for decades. They became scratched, faded, bent, dirty, stained, or worn smooth through constant use. Beautiful high-grade examples with sharp details and original copper color became increasingly difficult to find over time. Collectors especially search for coins showing strong original red surfaces. Freshly minted copper cents shine with a glowing reddish appearance before years of oxidation darken them into brown shades. A 1966 penny still displaying blazing red color after decades becomes highly desirable because it survived in remarkable condition. This is where the mystery surrounding old Lincoln cents becomes powerful. Two coins from the same year may carry dramatically different collector interests depending on preservation. One damaged example may appear nearly worthless, while another sharply struck coin with brilliant surfaces and minimal marks could attract major collector attention. Stories about rare pennies hidden in ordinary places spread across America for generations. Families discovered forgotten jars filled with old coins hidden inside closets and basements. Estate sales uncovered untouched rolls stored away decades earlier. Coin hunters searched bank rolls late into the night hoping to uncover valuable treasures still circulating unnoticed. These discoveries fueled excitement because anyone could potentially find something extraordinary. Another reason collectors admire the 1966 penny involves unusual minting errors and varieties. During coin production, high-speed presses occasionally created accidental mistakes. Some coins developed doubled lettering. Others showed off center strikes, die cracks, clipped edges, or strange surfaces. These unusual minting errors escaped into circulation before anyone noticed. Years later, collectors began paying significant premiums for such rare pieces because every error tells a unique story about the minting process itself. The 1960s represented a major turning point in American coin history. Rising metal prices forced the government to rethink coin production. Silver disappeared from circulating dimes and quarters. Coin shortages created public frustration. Collectors suddenly became more active than ever. The 1966 penny stands directly inside this historic moment of change and uncertainty. Many people still make the mistake of cleaning old coins hoping to increase their value. But experienced collectors constantly warn against this. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and often lowers collector demand dramatically. Natural aging and untouched surfaces are usually much more valuable than artificial shine. Sometimes a darker, untouched penny carries more collector appeal than a polished example damaged by cleaning. Imagine a teenager in 1966 receiving a new Lincoln penny after buying a soda from a vending machine. That tiny coin travels through decades of American history, surviving family moves, changing generations, forgotten drawers, and economic changes before finally being rediscovered. Next up, there may still be a 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny waiting to surprise collectors once again. Most people never pay attention to pennies. They toss them into drawers, leave them inside old cars, or spend them without checking the date. But collectors across the United States understand something powerful about certain Lincoln cents that ordinary people still do not realize. Some old pennies became historic treasures connected to changing metal compositions, rare varieties, collector obsession, and unbelievable stories from American coin history. The famous 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny is one of those mysterious coins surrounded by curiosity, history, and excitement. At first glance it looks ordinary. A simple copper-colored coin carrying Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial Building on the reverse. Nothing about it appears rare or valuable to the average person. But hidden behind that small 1-cent coin is a dramatic story connected to economic pressure, rising copper prices, secret changes at the United States Mint, and the final years before one of the biggest transformations in penny history. The year 1981 represented a major turning point for American coin production. Across the United States, metal prices were rising rapidly, especially copper. Producing pennies was becoming expensive for the government, and mint officials worried about the future cost of manufacturing the 1-cent coin. Discussions about changing the penny's composition grew more serious every month. Few Americans realized they were witnessing the final years of the classic heavy copper cent that had existed for generations. Millions of 1981 pennies entered circulation during this uncertain period. They traveled through banks, gas stations, restaurants, grocery stores, factories, schools, arcades, and movie theaters across America every single day. Children used them for candy and video games. Workers carried them in pockets filled with loose change. Cashiers counted them late at night after long working hours. Nobody imagined that decades later collectors would carefully examine these same pennies, searching for rare details, transitional characteristics, and hidden value. The Lincoln cent itself already carried legendary status long before 1981 arrived. The series began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. It became the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical figure instead of symbolic images. The original reverse side displayed 2 wheat stalks, creating the famous wheat penny design beloved by collectors around the world. In 1959, the reverse changed to the Lincoln Memorial design, beginning a new era in American penny history. The 1981 no-mint mark penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, Philadelphia cents typically carried no mint mark beneath the date. Denver coins displayed a D mint mark, while San Francisco proof coins carried an S. That missing mint mark became an important detail collectors always check carefully because it identifies where the coin was produced. At first, the 1981 penny seemed completely common. Millions entered circulation and spread rapidly across the country. But history slowly transformed these coins into collectibles because they represented the final chapter of an important era. Just 1 year later, in 1982, the composition of the Lincoln cent changed dramatically. The traditional heavy copper cent gave way to a lighter zinc-based coin with thin copper plating. This change forever separated older copper cents from modern pennies. Collectors today view 1981 pennies as part of the final generation of classic copper Lincoln cents. Holding one feels different from handling modern pennies because of the heavier copper composition and warm reddish-brown appearance. Many collectors believe older copper cents carry a stronger historical feeling and visual beauty than newer zinc coins. Condition plays an enormous role in collector interest surrounding the 1981 penny. Most surviving examples circulated heavily through everyday commerce. They became scratched, faded, bent, stained, dirty, or damaged through decades of use. Truly beautiful examples with sharp details and original mint surfaces became increasingly difficult to locate over time. Collectors especially search for coins showing strong original red color. Freshly minted copper cents shine with a glowing reddish appearance before years of oxidation darken them into brown shades. A fully red 1981 penny preserved for decades without major damage becomes highly desirable because it survived in unusually strong condition. This is where the excitement surrounding Lincoln cents becomes powerful. Two coins from the exact same year may appear completely different to collectors depending on preservation. One damaged example may carry little collector interest, while another sharply struck coin with blazing red surfaces and minimal marks could attract enormous attention. Stories about valuable pennies hidden inside ordinary places spread across America for generations. Families discovered forgotten jars filled with old cents inside basements and closets. Estate sales uncovered untouched rolls stored away decades earlier. Coin hunters searched through bank rolls late at night hoping to uncover hidden treasures still circulating unnoticed. These discoveries fueled the dream that anyone might accidentally find something extraordinary. Another reason collectors admire the 1981 penny involves unusual minting errors and transitional interest connected to the changing composition era. During coin production, machines occasionally created accidental mistakes. Some coins developed doubled lettering. Others showed off center strikes, die cracks, clipped edges, or strange surfaces. These unusual errors escaped into circulation before anyone noticed and later became highly collectible because every error tells a unique story about the minting process. The early 1980s represented a time of major economic pressure in America. Inflation affected families nationwide. Metal prices fluctuated dramatically. Manufacturing costs increased. The government searched for cheaper ways to produce coins while maintaining circulation needs. The Lincoln cent stood directly at the center of these discussions because the cost of copper continued climbing higher. Many people still make the mistake of cleaning old coins hoping to increase their value. But experienced collectors constantly warn against this. Cleaning damages original surfaces and often lowers collector demand dramatically.